गुड आफ्टरनून सर। अकरम अकरम बाद में लॉगिन करो। अकरम बाद में लॉगिन करो। अकरम शेख। Good afternoon, Bhagat sir. Good afternoon.
Hi Rahul, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, okay. Good. Nice to see you.
तो बेसिकली अभी क्या है, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं डिप्लोमा के स्टूडेंट्स हैं बेसिकली,
Okay.
तो बस 1 ईयर डिप्लोमा के स्टूडेंट्स तो बस बेसिक्स।
Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. Today we have with us Chef Bhagat Singh. Chef Bhagat Singh is executive pastry chef with P&O cruise liners, which are based in UK. Chef Bhagat Singh has had almost 20 plus years experience on cruise ship and more experience on land as well. We are going to speak to him today. This is a class, a free Zoom class, which we have ask people to join to understand what is the purpose of this class is for people to know what is bakery, what is a job in bakery, what is a job in pastry, what is culinary jobs, to understand more about jobs on cruise, jobs on land, how they're different, and some more things from Chef Bhagat Singh, who has been in this industry and almost executive pastry chef now, and almost 20-25 years of 30 years of experience. So good morning, chef. Thanks for coming, and appreciate we on behalf of Brack Metro Institute of Culinary Arts, me, my colleague who is here, Chef Rahul, and all our students plus participants who have come. We welcome you to this forum, and hope we have 1 hour of good discussion on how on this topic.
Yeah, good afternoon, Rajesh. Thank you, and it's good to be like between the chefs and the students. I will make this conversation very friendly, so I will speak in both in Hindi and English, guys. Okay. So when Rajesh actually called me up one day and he said, actually, I think after 5 or 6 years, like, we start, having this conversation, and he said, Bhagat, can you talk about the pastry and bakery with my students? And actually, it's really exciting me, because after working 25 or 26 years in this industry, when someone talk with me about pastry or bakery or about the culinary, believe me, I still behave like a kid. It's to make me happy, okay, and full with joy. All right, and I like get confused sometimes. I said, from where I'll start and from where I'll finish, because so much to talk about the pastry, bakery, about the culinary, and sometimes it's very difficult to, to get in 1 hour. Okay, but I will try my best.
I agree.
I will try my best to get these things. Whenever, like, we chefs friend, we have a small club in Delhi. So whenever we met and we start talking about the food, all of you will not believe that one night how it passed, and we will not believe that it's 6 o'clock in the morning. And what we discuss the current trend in the market, basically what is happening in the market nowadays, who are the current leading chefs, what we can learn, how we can contribute to this industry, and what are like now the currently good books in the market.
Oh,
so
wow. Yes.
Yeah, there's so much to talk about. So first, let's say I will introduce about myself. My name is Bhagat Singh, and I belong to from Haryana and Panipat city. And basically, my family, you will be surprised that how can be I chef, because in my family, they know only 2 professions. First is in the army, or second is they know the farming. They never ever thought about a third profession, that there's to be called a hotel industry. So for my dad or for my grandfather, when I told them that I'm going to join a hotel culinary college, and they laughed and they said, "Are you going to make biscuits now?" I said, "I think so. I think they learned to teach how to make the biscuits." So it was initially it was very difficult task for me to convince my family. And it's a very interesting story how it started. In 93, when I finished my 10+2, my dad, he sent me to give the exam for NDA, National Defense Academy, because my dad, he is a decorated soldier, retired now, and he go through the NDA, and now being as an elder son, it was my turn. So I went to give NDA exam, and I don't know what happened that day. Rather give the exam, I went to watch a movie, okay, and the name of the movie was Bombay. Seriously, I left the exam. I didn't give the exam.
And missed the exam. Okay.
Yeah, I watched. I went to watch a movie Bombay, and very interesting. I watched the movie, but when I was coming back home, and I said, now what I'm going to tell my parents? I said I didn't give the exam. I watched the movie. So like being as the son of a soldier, my dad, he teaches few things, that when you go out, make sure you buy a newspaper, okay, and carry it with you. All right. So as usual, as an old habit, I bought the newspaper. And while I'm coming back, what excuse I'm going to give, I was looking through the newspaper. I was finding a good story to tell my parents. So in that newspaper, I saw one ad, Food Craft Institute. Okay. And yes, in Faridabad, and they introduced the first time course called the Bakery and Confectionery in 95, the first batch. And
I think it was a 1-year course, right?
Yeah, that was a 1.5 year course. And I thought 1.5 years is a good time, because the next year I can prepare my National Defense Academy exam and I will get a place to stay. So next week, then I've been to that college. And because it was the first time started, it was very easy, quite easy for me to get the admission in that college. And that's how actually my journey started. I finished my 1.5 year course from Faridabad in Bakery and Confectionery in 96. And for my campus interview, that time, there's two prominent company actually came. One was the Domino's Pizza. And why I'm talking about the Domino's, because that is the year the Domino's came to India in 95.
They introduced in India.
Yes. And they asked me about myself, and they were like very impressed. And they said, Bhagat, we would like to take you in Domino's Pizza. And I said, at what position? They said, you're going to be a training manager. And their first outlet was in Delhi. So I said, am I going to make only pizza? They told me, no, we will send you US, and then you will get trained over there. In future, you're going to be the North, like GM for North India, blah, blah, all these things. And the second was the Taj Group of Hotels. And I remember, because he asked me only one question. And the question was, Bhagat, what do you know? And why you want to join Taj? And I told them, I don't know anything. Okay, I just know only what a flour do, what a eggs roll do, but apart from them, nothing. And I want to learn. I want to learn this profession. And Mr. Anand, he said, okay, so when you can join? Because I'm a trainee. They hire me as a trainee. Okay, and what a trainee do? He wants to learn. So they sent me to Taj Air Caterers for 3 months. And then I did my training in Taj Palace, New Delhi for next 3 months. In 96, after a period of 18 years, a new hotel introduced in Delhi, or I would say in India, a new chain, which was called the Radisson Group of Hotels. And I was lucky that the Radisson, yes, in 96 December, Radisson, they select me as the Commie 3. Can you imagine, because after a period of time, a new chain was coming to India. And so many of applications came, and I found myself lucky that they picked my resume. And Chef Chaudhary was there that time from Oberoi School of Management. And he called me up for interview and he asked me a couple of recipes and he said, Bhagat, how can you contribute? I said, sir, I can contribute a lot in the management wise. And I have he said, what in 5 years, where you want to see yourself? I said, in 5 years, I want to see myself as exec pastry chef.
Wow.
Okay. And yes, and I get selected in Radisson Group of Hotel. I will share you my initial.
That is very, because you had a vision that within 5 years you can adapt. Very good. Yes. Okay.
Absolutely. Can I have the slide?
Yeah. You can put on the share screen.
Okay.
And
okay. So this is my initial time. Okay. When I joined the Radisson. Okay. After that, I worked over there for 2 years, and then one day I got a call, and the other side there's one European guy, and he said, Bhagat, would you like to join Grand Hyatt? And the Grand Hyatt also came first time in 98. Okay, before that there was only Hyatt Regency, and that Hyatt Regency was only in Delhi. So I said, interesting. Then my exec pastry chef that time was Rashid Ahmed Qureshi.
wow.
And,
you worked with Rashid Ahmed Qureshi. Wow.
Yes, and I told him, I said, there's a one European chef, and he called me up for an interview in Grand Hyatt. He said, if you want to achieve your target to be an exec pastry chef in 5 years, you must leave this place, and you go there and see what you can get. So I went over there, and the chef was Andreas Rosing, a German chef in
Andreas Rosing. Yes.
Absolutely. And that was my first experience actually I was talking with a German chef or a European chef. So everything was fine. Only thing was the money. I was not agree. I was not happy. The money was they were offering me. They were offering me as a chef de partie. Okay. And that was a quite jump. You can imagine 2 years as a commissary and suddenly someone is hiring you as a chef de partie. So I said, I'm not happy with the money. Okay. So I can't join you. He came behind me and he said, one more thing I can offer you. I said, what is that? He said, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to train you. Okay. And I will help you to achieve your target. I said, really? And I said, immediately, I write my resignation over there. I sent to the Radisson and I said, okay, I'm going to join. Because to learn, that is the only thing make me crazy.
Very right.
Yes.
Very
if
right.
Someone, even today, absolutely. Even if someone told me today that Bhagat, this is what I can teach you, okay, and then I don't care how much is going to charge me, what efforts it require, I will go for that.
Yes, exactly.
And I was talking to Rajesh a few days before. I said someone few days before send me a message, a chef. He said, Bhagat, I can teach you how to make a Taj Mahal out of sugar. I said, really? And I said, how much are you going to charge me? He sent me, okay, a list. And he said, this is what I'm going to charge you. And this is going to be a 10-hour class. And I immediately, without any thinking, I paid the money, okay? And I learned how to make it. I made it. It's not the only question that you learn and you forget, or it just, buried in the paper. Exactly. You have to try.
Exactly. You need to. That's what I always keep on telling our people. But two things from this have come very clearly, chef. One is life is a learning experience. You need to continuously upgrade. You may be executive. I'm so happy that as an executive chef, you yourself are learning from things. So I always tell this to students. No, just because you've got degree, diploma doesn't mean that you know everything. Life is a learning experience. You need to continuously upgrade. Okay, this is very important. And secondly, be happy to have big dreams. If they are only possible if you are ready to learn. Like how you said, I want to become an executive pastry chef, but to become an executive pastry chef, you are sure you were ready to learn from somebody. Okay, there is one question, chef, I always wanted to ask, because you have so many experience. Because we have students who are here from bakery and pastry and open So how is a bakery, working in bakery, different from working in a pastry
Okay,
department?
the bakery basically is the base. Okay, I would say bakery and pastry both are not different. All right, they are the like two arms. Pastry can't work without bakery. Bakery can't work without pastry. All right, but if you want to have a good skill, you have to start with the bakery first. When I start my career in Redison, the first thing what I got, they give me the bakery. But I want to learn how to make the cakes. I want to learn how to make the cheesecake, which is the part of the pastry, or basically you can say the part of cold kitchen. So my chef that time, Rashid Ahmad Qureshi, he called me up and he said, "Can you show me your hand?" I gave my hand, he touched my hands, he feel my finger, and he said, "These fingers are made for the breads." Okay, the old kind of chefs,
Yes, 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 I
they
agree,
really
I agree.
surprised me, and like,
Mm,
I was so disappointed. And I said,
mm,
I told him, I said, "Chef, I'm not going to
mm.
spend my whole life in front of the oven and
Yes.
sweating. I want to learn."
Mm,
He said, "Bhagat, the day
creative
you're
things.
going to learn, absolutely, the day you're going to learn a perfect bread, a perfect sponge, you can make anything." Okay, so get a mastery over there, because that is the real science. Bakery is the real science, where you learn how to make sponge, where you learn how to make shortbreads, which are the base of everything. Okay, if you are making a tiramisu, you must know first how to make the finger biscuit, and that finger biscuit you can learn in bakery. Okay, so basically in
Very true.
bakery we prepare the mise a plat for pastry. We make the
Lot.
sponge, we give to the confectionery section, then the confectionery section plays with the sponge. So you can say, if I'll make it easy, the confectionery or the pastry section is the creative field of bakery, where you can show your creativity. Okay, and bakery
But the
is your
base is,
production house.
yes, yes. You're so right. In fact, I keep on telling you that you cannot get into pastry itself without working in bakery, or after working only. And you cannot. You have to appreciate that working both the place, they go hand in hand. So it's not one; it's both the sections. No, just one question which no, we
Absolutely.
have had is no, we have a lot of the students who are new in this field, who they
Mhm.
want to make career no, in this field. And as many
Okay.
hotels no, we see nowadays, no, like no, like you just said, the hotels initially had a bakery and a flourishing pastry department, but nowadays no, many of those hotels are offloading it. They don't have their own bakery or pastry. They in fact no, they keep. So in this no, in this present environment, what do you suggest to the students? Many big hotels are offloading this business, and no, the cake business has become cake, and in India, as a private people are taking over. No, what do you think is the career for people in this department? How you see? I mean, what do you recommend to your
Okay.
students?
Yeah. Okay, Rajesh, I can see the two questions in this. The first thing is that how
Yes.
can you be a chef? And second is, as you said, nowadays we are getting a lot of ready-made stuff, or you can say the like sponge
Yes.
mixes, sugar
Yes.
mixes, and a lot of creams or stuff. We are getting nowadays ready-made, like the chocolate garnishes even as well as nowadays. Okay, so I will come to the first question first. A lot of actually I met with a lot of students and a lot of newcomers, those who wants to join the culinary industry, and they ask me the same question what like now the Rajesh asked me. So what I did, I made a one manual. Okay, and that manual I always share with everyone, and I said, read this manual, and if you fit in this, okay, then you can be a chef or you can join. So I'll just go through the very quickly. First thing is, you need to ask a question to yourself: am I creative? That is the first question you need to put yourself. The creativity is not necessary that okay, I can make the fine sculptures, or no. Okay, even a tiny bit, that how can you present a dish in the plate? Okay, which is a very very small thing you can ask yourself. Second is, it's not about the cooking. Creativity means how can you deal with the staff problem. I'm sure anybody who's going to be a chef, he wants to be a executive chef one day or exact pastry chef one day. So the creativity means how he is going to deal with your staff problem. That also comes under the creativity. The second question I said, am I prepared to study the craft? Okay, that is the second question you can ask yourself. Okay, the third question is, do I have a motivation or desire to learn the chef? What motivates you to be a chef? Okay, from where that motivation came? Or it's not just like something you saw on YouTube that somebody is making a fancy cakes and like, you know, you get excited and said, okay, I can also make a chef. So you need to question yourself, how much time you can give to learn this craft. Okay, and second one is that can I multitask?
No. And the final question is, with so many opportunities getting offloaded, what is the future for this industry? You know, for the bakery, what do you think?
See, the chefs are always going to be there. Okay, as I give you an example, they can give you a sponge mix, okay, but they can't give you a tiramisu. From the tiramisu, you can make a lot of things. Okay, it's not only a proper tiramisu. Nowadays, like few days before, I was watching one chef called Karim Borghi, okay, and he make a tiramisu roll, okay. So its industry is not going to be finished. Yes, you can buy a shoe mix ready-made. You can buy a ready-made eclair, but with the ready-made, with the eclairs, you can do a lot of things. That's why I said, are you creative? If you are creative, the industry is always there. Is always going to be a welcome for you. I'll give you an example. It's a table of 6. Okay, they are having their meal. There is a ready-made cheesecake is there. There's a ready-made sticky toffee is there. Ready-made apple pie is there. But suddenly the guest says, "Is there be any vegan dessert available?" Okay.
ये यहाँ पे आके हम रुक जाते हैं. What is अच्छा?
Exactly. Then the chef said, "Oh my God, I didn't order vegan dessert." So what happened? The reputation of that hotel is gone. You have such a big hotel, but you can't make one vegan dessert. Okay. Or suddenly the guest says, I'm looking for one gluten-free cheesecake or a diabetic product. Okay. So you can't buy X number of desserts. Okay. Maybe you will have 2 or 3 choices. As Rajesh works so many years in UK. Rajesh, you remember that when you stay in a hotel, you only get the 2 choices. Either you order the apple pie or you order the sticky toffee pudding. So, but every time, absolutely, and every time we used to get those same 2 items. Okay, but absolutely. So this industry is always going to be there, and it's going to be flourish.
I agree. इसमें हम now chef थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बात करेंगे क्योंकि हमारे students all they come from all part and Hindi English is something which we use. तो मैं आपको एक पूछना चाहता हूँ कि आपने ये प्रोफेशनल जर्नी जो आपने चालू की थी आपकी जो बेकरी पेस्ट्री में, what motivated you to go into this and continue working there? यहाँ तक अभी तक 20-25 साल हो गए आपने और मैं देख रहा हूँ कि आप तो what is motivating you to be here? क्या आपको दिखता है कि जो कल फिर से उठने के लिए आप इतना तैयार रहते हैं?
राजेश, इसमें कोई एंड नहीं है पेस्ट्री के अंदर. As I said, the creativity का कोई एंड नहीं है. वो जो एक जो ओवन के अंदर जो एक वो ब्रेड की जो एक स्मेल आती है ना, ओके, जब मैं सुबह डिपार्टमेंट के अंदर जाता हूँ, ओके, और वो एक वनीला की स्मेल, वो एक फ्रेश ब्रेड की स्मेल, ओके, जो मेरे को फिल कर देती है, एंड दैट स्मेल इज ऑलवेज एक्चुअली होल्ड मी इन द पेस्ट्री. ओके, जब मेरे सामने क्रीम आती है, मेरे सामने स्पॉन्ज आता है, एंड व्हेन समवन कोई भी आके जब वो एक मेरा चॉकलेट का एक स्कल्पचर देखता है और गेस्ट ये बोलता है, वाओ, हाउ यू डिड इट, बनाया कैसे है, एंड व्हेन लाइक एंड ऑफ द मील एक शेफ मुझे आके कहता है, भगत, द मेन कोर्स, आई गॉट लॉट ऑफ कंप्लेंट्स अबाउट द मेन कोर्स. ओके, मेन कोर्स की बहुत कंप्लेंट है. हाँ, सो नाउ इट इज योर टर्न टू मेक श्योर कि तेरी कंप्लेंट ना आ जाए कुछ, बिकॉज नाउ यू आर गोना बी वन द शो. और फिर मैं एक एप्पल पाई भेजता हूँ और एंड आई गॉट अ कॉम्प्लीमेंट फ्रॉम इनसाइड, ही सेड शेफ रियली वन द शो. ओके, तो वो जो चीज है वो मेरे को बार बार इसमें मोटिवेट करती है. ओके, एंड मेनी टाइम्स बहुत बार मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कि मैं इधर से इस लाइन से जब मार के दूसरी लाइन में चला जाऊं, आई कैन एग्जीक्यूटिव शेफ भी बन सकता हूं मैं। ओके, बट एज आई सेड कि वो जो वनीला स्मेल, वो जो ओवन में फ्रेश ब्रेड की स्मेल, उसने कभी मुझे जाने नहीं दिया। ओके, दैट ऑलवेज
बहुत सही। ये आपने बहुत अच्छा बताया, क्योंकि वो जो फ्लेवर स्मेल जो आता है, दैट मेक्स यू वेक अप अर्ली मॉर्निंग एंड गो, दैट क्रिएटिविटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट। सर, आसिफ से आपने इतने शेफ अपने इतना साल काम किया क्रूज शिप पे और बाहर भी आपने काम किया, तो हमारे जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो चाहते हैं कि थोड़ा सा क्रूज शिप के बारे में बताइए, लाइफ कैसा होता है वहाँ पे?
देखो, cruise ship is always very challenging, where you have to be you have to take your decision in a split second. Okay, and you have to be multitasking, because at the moment you are a chef, but then suddenly I got an email that tomorrow UK port health inspection is coming. Okay, then you have to keep the department ready. Okay, forget about everything. All right, then you are a cleaner that time. Okay, you need to be learn how to manage your pastry. Operation doesn't have to be stopped. Okay, there are the 3,000 or 4,000 guests, you can't stop the operation, they're going to have the same meal, but you
काम
have
चालू
to,
रहता है।
absolutely काम चालू रहना so that is the big difference between the land and the ship. Second, you have limited quantity. Okay, मैं 5,000 लीटर या 6,000 लीटर क्रीम लेके नहीं चल सकता मैं, मुझे ये देखना पड़ेगा कि मुझे कितना अलाउ किया गया है। सो ऑन द फर्स्ट डे जब शिप निकलता है अपने होम पोर्ट से, तो हमें ये देखना पड़ता है कि सामान कितना कितना आया है, और मुझे अभी 10 दिन या 12 दिन निकालने हैं, और उस 12 दिन में मुझे मालूम है कि मैं कहीं पर भी सामान नहीं खरीद सकता। मुझे ये भी देखना पड़ेगा कि उस प्रोडक्ट की एक्सपायरी डेट क्या है। तो मुझे सब कुछ, और विदाउट कॉम्प्रोमाइज विद द क्वालिटी, ओके, मुझे उस चीज से मैनेज करना पड़ेगा। ओके, एंड दैट इज द बिगेस्ट डिफरेंस। द ओनली डिफरेंस, everything going fine, suddenly you got an email, okay, there is going to be a rough weather. Okay, और आज रात को आपको चीज केक बनाना है, और चीज केक की एक या दो क्वांटिटी नहीं होती है, आपको hundreds of चीज केक बनाने हैं। There your skill require, स्किल कैसे रिक्वायर है? शिप सेल हो रहा है, आपने चीज केक का लिक्विड मिक्स है, आपने ओवन में डाल दिया, नाउ द शिप इज मूविंग दिस साइड और दिस साइड, एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? योर चीज केक इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी सेट। Okay,
yes,
you going to do that time. Okay, it's not a land that you will go outside or you buy the cheesecake and serve. No, there is no second chance. To make a cheesecake, you will use minimum 60 to 70 kilo of cheese. So if that cheesecake is ruined, it means I have a shortage of 60 kg of cheese, which I can't afford. I still have 12 days to go, and that is not the only one product. So there your skill require what you going to do that time, and that's where I said you have to take split second decision that time. Okay, another thing, the differences we have on ship, we call them the sitting. पहली sitting और second sitting. पहली sitting के अंदर 800 गेस्ट ने खाना खाया है, सेकंड सिटिंग के अंदर 800 गेस्ट और खाना खाएंगे। मुझे नहीं मालूम कि आज गेस्ट क्या खाएगा, मुझे नहीं पता है। हो सकता है वो चीज केक खाए, मुझे लगता है चीज केक पॉपुलर है। ओके, और लगता है शायद हो सकता है कि स्ट्रॉबेरी प्रीफर करे। ओके, बट लेकिन मुझे बाद में पता लगता है कि पहली सिटिंग में 800 में से 600 लोगों ने चीज केक खा लिया है। ओके, और जिसमें कि अब मेरे पास सिर्फ 45 मिनट्स की विंडो है, मेरे पास दूसरी सिटिंग में के लिए चीज केक नहीं है। How I'm going to feed the guest? Okay, and as in our industry always says, the guest is always right. Okay, and you can't say no to them. So I have 45-minute window to prepare, to chill, to cut, and to plate. So there your skills require. And और अगर मैं ये बोलूं कि मेरे कैरियर के अंदर क्रूज इंडस्ट्री का रोल एक बहुत बड़ा है to grow it. Okay, to like an split second decision in my personal life as well as in my professional life to make me a better in every ways.
आपने ये बहुत अच्छा बताया कि आपके पास, यहाँ पे मैं लोगों को बोलना चाहता हूँ कि जब शेफ बोल रहे थे इनके पास आई थिंक ऑन एवरी डे अलग अलग मेनू में 3-4 तो डेजर्ट होते ही है ना, फोर डेजर्ट्स आते हैं ना। हाँ, तो आपको 4 डेजर्ट है और 3000 लोग हैं, तो आपको मालूम नहीं कौन क्या खाने वाला है, लेकिन यू कैन नॉट हैव 4000 of each preparation, so you have to
You
make
can't
some
make.
average.
Yes.
So like
That is
average,
where
that's
that
where
is
you as go ahead.
absolutely, as I said, that's where that your skill require, और एक culinary institute, एक culinary organizations वो आपको सिखाती है कि आप अपनी लाइफ के अंदर when you will be a professional chef, how can you take the split second split decision in a second. Okay, so you can be a chef if you watch 10 or 20 videos on YouTube. You can be a chef. You can learn how to make tiramisu. You can learn how to make a sponge cake. Everything is available on YouTube nowadays. But who is going to teach you about the food cost? Who is going to teach you about the hygiene aspects? Who is going to teach you what you're going to do if you have a staff problem? How you're going to manage your team? How you going to take? How you going to learn what the flour do, what a sugar do in a product? And that is where the culinary college comes. That is where the culinary college plays a big role.
आप देख सकते हो, लेकिन आप जब तक अपना हाथ डालोगे नहीं, जब तक तो इसमें फ्लावर में और बनाओगे नहीं, यू विल नॉट। जैसे आपने बताया था हाथ, ये हाथ बनाए थे ब्रेड बनाने के लिए, ये देख के आजकल तो एक
in as I want to add, in old time, okay, हम हमारे टाइम में क्या होता था कि कलनरी कॉलेजेस इतना मोमेंटम उस टाइम तक गेन नहीं किया था, इतने इजीली अवेलेबल भी नहीं थे, बहुत कम कॉलेज थे, either is in Mumbai, okay, the other catering college, or in Delhi it was a Pusa. Okay, and so हम पुराने टाइम में लोग कैसे रन करते थे, एक 20 साल का एक्सपीरियंस हो गया किसी शेफ को, वो अपना एक्सपीरियंस आगे शेयर करके जाता था, फिर कोई और शेयर करता था. So but that was not actually true learning. That's how like बाद में फ्रांस के अंदर कॉर्डन ब्लू का सेटअप हुआ. Okay, that we require a proper college where the students going to learn about this industry, about a product going to, as राजेश अभी आपने कुछ देर पहले बोला था कि बहुत सारे होटल्स रेडीमेड प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हैं. Okay, is it going to affect our industry? And as I said, the moment we going, all the new chefs, they're going to learn how a flour work, how a sugar work. Okay, they can create anything. This industry is never ever going to finish. I remember one incident. I've been to Starbucks with my wife last year, and I saw the croissants. Okay, and I ordered one croissant. So it was dry, not flaky at all. Okay, so I asked the guy, I said, how long this one is sitting here in the fridge? And he said, sir, it's just only 2 days old. Okay, I said, but you don't have fresh.
Just 2 days.
Yeah, and he said, no, well, technically he was right because he can keep the product for 3 days. Okay,
right.
So, but I said, if you buy the ready-made product, you can't get the fresh croissants, you can't get the fresh scones, you can't get the fresh pastries. Either they will be 12-hour old or they will be the 15 hours old. Okay, so that's why our industry is always going to be there.
I completely agree. In fact, we are, हम लोग फूड के बारे में इतने पैशनेट है. मैं ये बच्चों को बताना चाहता हूँ कि हम शेफ जैसे बोले थे, देख के कभी-कभी स्मेल करके या हाथ टच करके बता सकते हैं कितना ओल्ड प्रोडक्ट है. आपने सही बताया. और नो, ये this is what you need to get, and this is what, ये कब आएगा जब आप कंटिन्यूअसली स्किल करोगे, अपने आप को सीखोगे, इसके बारे में काम करो, तभी एक्सपीरियंस के थ्रू से आता है. एक और सर शेफ आप बता रहे थे कि आपने हाउ योर जर्नी स्टार्टेड एंड देन यू लैंडेड ऑन क्रूज शिप्स. आपने तो कहीं सब जगह पे काम किया है. विच इज द प्रोडक्ट जो आपको बनाने में सबसे बड़ा मजा आता है या अभी भी बनाने के लिए अच्छा लगता है?
Okay, this is one of the most simple product, और वो है एप्पल पाई. Okay, give me an apple pie and one vanilla ice cream, that's it. Okay, seriously. And I used to tell my, like, chefs on board or the trainee on board, I used to tell them, I said, if I'm dying, just put a scoop of apple pie in my mouth and that wake me up. Okay, apple pie is a very easy but it's a very very challenging product. मैं इसको क्यों easy बोल रहा हूँ? क्योंकि इसमें कुछ नहीं है, सिर्फ एक स्वीट पेस्ट्री है, एप्पल है, ओके, एंड दैट्स इट. बट to learn how to make a good pastry, that is the real challenge, and to how you going to bake it. Okay, apple, when you bake apple pie, apple is going to leave the water and that make your pastry soggy. So how can you keep your pastry crisp, and how can you maintain the moisture of apple inside the apple pie? Okay, कभी मेरे पास ट्रायल के लिए कभी कभी हमारी कंपनी भेजती है कि ओके भैया आप उसका ट्रायल ले लो, देखो, आप उसको जज करो कि ये शेफ प्रमोशन के लिए रेडी है या नहीं है. तो मैं उसको सिर्फ एक ही चीज देता हूं और मैं कहता हूं कि भैया आप मेरे को एक बार एक एप्पल पाई बना दो, एक एप्पल पाई बना के खिला दो, एंड दैट्स इट, एंड दैट आई विल डिसाइड. सो एप्पल पाई इज एक्चुअली इज रियली माय फेवरेट. इवन एट होम whenever I see the fresh apple, I said okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to make apple pie.
Thank you, chef. एक पूछना था, तो the other day you said you are preparing sour cream bread.
Okay.
ऐसे कोई no, how is it different, और क्या क्या exotic breads which are coming to India nowadays? आजकल, पहले हमारे जमाने में इतने थे नहीं, but nowadays there are a lot of products which are available and which are people love it. I mean bakery, आज जैसे आपने बताया, future is this industry will never die, because people still love fresh bread, fresh cake, so it will never die. So which are the new exotic breads which you think will come to, which are still yet to come to India? तो आपने बताया था sour bread मुझे उस दिन.
See, there's a lot of work is currently going on in the bakery field, and what makes me surprised as we discuss about the bakery and pastry, currently the bakery is trending in the market. Brioche bread, okay, you can do a lot of things. In my time, the brioche was just considered only as a sweet bread. Brioche एक सिर्फ sweet bread हुआ करती थी और कुछ नहीं है. लेकिन आजकल brioche bread के अंदर फिलिंग आ रही है, डिफरेंट फिलिंग. ब्रियोश ब्रेड के ऊपर क्रम्बल डाला जा रहा है. ओके, हमारे टाइम में सिर्फ क्रोजॉन्स क्या हुआ करता था, एक ब्रेकफास्ट पेस्ट्री हुआ करती थी. लेकिन आज क्रोजॉन्स के अंदर डिफरेंट फीलिंग आ रही है. आप उससे, एज आई सेड, यू हैव टू बी जस्ट क्रिएटिव, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. I want to name one chef called Antonio Bashur. Okay, you can see his Instagram account. His famous book was The Baker. Okay, and if you'll see his Instagram account, he's a pastry chef, but he's more work on bakery and mainly on the croissants. Okay, then I will give you example now. The Pierre de Hermé, his macaron was very famous, but now he also coming to the bakery, creating a lot of good breads. In this year, when the sourdough bread come, and I said I'm going to put my hand in the sourdough, and I will see, okay, how it basically work and how can I make a good perfect sourdough bread. It took me almost 6 months to learn how to make a perfect sourdough bread. Okay, and it's like boys that जैसे आप कोई तपस्या कर रहे हो. You have to be very precise. आपको बहुत प्रिसाइज होना पड़ेगा sourdough बनाने के लिए. और sourdough bread कोई 1 घंटे या 2 घंटे में नहीं बनेगा. sourdough बनाने के लिए आपको मिनिमम 14 डेज का टाइम पीरियड चाहिए. उस 14 डेज में सिर्फ आप sourdough स्टार्टर बनाओगे. और एक ब्रेड बनने के लिए, sourdough ब्रेड बनने के लिए 24 आवर्स लगता है. दैट्स व्हाई, इसीलिए ये ब्रेड बहुत एक्सपेंसिव मानी जाती है. ओके, एंड व्हाई इट इज गुड फॉर हेल्थ, एज आई सेड, in culinary college they teach you about the ingredient. एक ईस्ट कैसे काम करता है, एक फ्लावर कैसे काम करता है. सो बेसिकली हम क्या कर रहे हैं, sourdough होता क्या है आपको ये पता होना चाहिए. पहले sourdough होता है कि हम एक वाइल्ड ईस्ट को कल्टीवेट कर रहे हैं. ओके, या आप ये कहें कि एक लॉयन है, एक जंगली लॉयन है, आप उसको जंगल से पकड़ के ले आए, आपने घर में रख दिया, वो क्या करेगा, आपको काटने के लिए दौड़ेगा. ओके, इधर भागेगा उधर भागेगा, अनकंट्रोल रहेगा. तो आपको उस लाइन को कंट्रोल करना है, आपको उसको अपना पेट बनाना है. सो दैट इज द sourdough. उसमें क्या है कि ईस्ट है, बेसिकली ईस्ट इज एवरीवेयर. बीइंग एज अ 20 ईयर इन दिस इंडस्ट्री, अगर कोई माइक्रोस्कोप से मेरे हाथ पे देखेगा, सो ही विल फाइंड द ईस्ट इन माई हैंड. अगर राजेश का हाथ कोई देखेगा, राजेश के हाथ पे ईस्ट नहीं मिलेगा. लेकिन कोई भी बेकर होगा चाहे उसको वो उस वक्त जॉब पे है नहीं है, if they microscopically see his hands or his body, they will see the east, because east is everywhere. Only you have to learn how you can control it. So basically in sourdough, in 14 days we control our east, and then we will play around with it. फिर वो आपका लॉइन जो है ना, वो आपके कंट्रोल में आ गया है, अब आप इसके साथ आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो, अब वो आपके शो के लिए तैयार है। वो
14 दिन सिखाने के बाद
मैंने आपको sourdough समझा दिया है मैंने।
वेरी गुड। एंड जस्ट टू टेल आवर स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो, शेफ भगत सिंह ने काफी किताबें भी ट्रांसलेट की है कि जो ये रहते हैं इंग्रेडिएंट्स और रेसिपीज ट्रांसलेट किए, तो इसी के बारे में शेफ बोलना था कि बेकरी और पेस्ट्री और मेरे ख्याल से हॉट किचन में ये सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस है कि यू हैव टू गो प्रिसाइसली एज पर दी स्टैंडर्ड मेन्यूज। Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you have to go as per the recipe as well, as you can't change the recipes. Okay, till now if I have to prepare a product, I always open my book और मैं उसको अपने सामने रखता हूँ और फिर उसमें 2 बार उसको पढ़ता हूँ रेसिपी को। ओके, ये नहीं कि ये रेसिपी मैंने 1000 बार बनाई है या अब मैं इस रेसिपी को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जानता हूँ। जितनी बार आप उस रेसिपी को पढ़ोगे उतनी बार वो रेसिपी आपको एक आइडिया देगी। ओके, अरे मैं इस रेसिपी से ये भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं इस रेसिपी में से ये भी बना सकता हूँ। बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स मेरे से ये क्वेश्चन करते हैं कि शेफ हाउ कैन आई बी क्रिएटिव? वेरी वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन। हर कोई पिकासो नहीं होता है, ओके, और एवरीबडी कांट बी अंतोनियो बशोर। ओके, कुछ लोग होते हैं कि क्रिएटिव पैदा होते हैं, कुछ क्रिएटिव नहीं होते। तो वो लोग क्या करें, सर हम आइडिया कहां से लेके आए? ओके, एंड माय ओनली सिंपल एडवाइस इज, आप उस रेसिपी को 2 या 3 बार पढ़ो, उसको अपने हार्ट में रखो उस रेसिपी को। ओके, कोई भी हो, सिंपल रेसिपी हो, आइदर इज अ बनाना ब्रेड या एक सिंपल बिस्किट की भी हो, और वहीं से ही आपको आइडिया आएगा। द मोर एंड मोर यू रीड द रेसिपी, आप अपने आसपास देखो। ओके, क्रिएशन इज एवरीवेयर। आप बहुत लकी हो, यू आर लिविंग इन अ डिजिटल वर्ल्ड जहां पर आज इंस्टाग्राम भी है, पिन इंटरेस्ट भी है। यू गो देयर, ओके, सर्च अ वर्ड बनाना ब्रेड एंड यू विल गेट 100 or thousands of creative ideas. But my thing is, don't steal their ideas. What is their own? आपका अपना क्या है? आप वहां से एक आइडिया ले सकते हैं, लेकिन कोशिश करो कि आप एक अपनी क्रिएट करो। सिर्फ रेसिपी कलेक्ट करने से कुछ नहीं होता है। मेरे पास thousands of recipes हैं। If I'll show just recently, like I'll got like this bundle full of recipes, I have to sort out. ओके, एंड शू पेस्ट्री की मेरे पास शायद मेरे ख्याल से 200 या 300 रेसिपीज होंगी, एंड एवरी डे आई एम गेटिंग फ्रॉम सम शेफ दिस इज वेरी गुड रेसिपीज एंड दैट, बट दैट नॉट गोइंग टू बी हेल्प इट आउट। यू आर गोइंग टू बी अ गुड शेफ जिस दिन आप अपनी रेसिपी आप खुद बनाओगे। ओके, उस दिन आप एक सक्सेसफुल शेफ हैं। ओके, एज राजेश मेंशन दैट यस, whenever I get time, I translate the books. Mainly my translation field is the French or the Russian books. Okay, as says the French is like the father of culinary industry, and Russian also there's are a lot of good chefs, and I will share you one of the latest books what I'll just share the screen. Okay, and just a minute.
No worries. Okay, students all who are present here, अगर आपको शेफ को कुछ पूछना है, you have any questions, no, please raise your hands so I can, और अगर चाहे तो स्क्रीन में भी डाल सकते हो हमारे चैट में, तो मैं शेफ को पूछता हूँ।
Can you see the screen?
Yes,
Rajesh?
we can see. We can see.
Okay, so you can see all the books here. Some of the books actually I translate. Some of the books are, they are gifted to me. Some of the chefs, and they said, "Chef, can you try these books?" Like here is like the modern vegan dessert. which is like
Modern vegan.
a very good book.
Vegan is now the in thing today. Vegan.
Yeah.
क्योंकि without dairy कैसे बनाते हो इसको? That is biggest challenge.
I'm sorry. What you ask, Rajesh?
No, sorry. No, without dairy products, preparing confectionery items are a little difficult. So
Okay,
vegan is the biggest challenge.
Yes, this is the hottest trend, and I would say, like, all of your students, if they can get mastery in this, the vegan desserts, okay, this is the hot case currently, okay, and this is going to be remain for at least next 10-12 years. Okay, you can see now, a few days before, there was a lot of argument was happening that is Virat Kohli is on vegan diet or no. Okay, Arnold is on, or Virat Kohli needs to come forward and to say on Twitter, yes, I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not a vegan, you know. So you can imagine that vegan currently is a hot cake. And this is a very good book. One of a Russian chef, she actually gifted me this book. Okay, and you can see that this book belongs to Bhagat Singh, because she actually forwarded to me, and she said, and she asked me what's my view on this book. A very beautiful book, and in that, basically, she teach how you can replace, like, the milk. Cow milk can be replaced with the plant milk, okay, which you call soybean milk or something. So I would say to all of your students, if they can choose a specialized field, please go for the vegan if you'll get time. Okay, learn about the vegan product, learn about the vegan cakes. Okay, and in India, it's a very big scope. Okay, at home, like a lot of my friends, when they ask for a cake or something, their first thing is, Bhagat, yeah, make sure there is no anda in this cake. Okay, I have a lot of Jain friends. They said, okay, Bhagat, are yaar, please dekha, usme doodh na dalna. You know, I have a lot of like requirement. And whenever I come home, it's very rare, like mere se koi ande ka product mangta ho. Or like pastry can't work without egg. This is the truth. Okay. But how you can make a product without egg, that is the real challenge. And that is a real challenge. And I took this challenge. So I am also doing a specialized course currently on vegan dessert. I'm creating my own desserts, okay, which is fit for the Indian market. Okay. And very soon, actually, I'm going to introduce, like, in my hometown as well as. So that is like my part-time. It's not that I'm leaving the industry. No. As I said, this is my passion. Even I come home for 2 months or 3 months, I would love to share my product. India is currently far behind in the pastry and bakery.
वही आप सही बोले, आप सही बोले सर, आप बहुत सही बोले।
इंडिया में आप नॉर्मली किसी एक आदमी से अगर आप पेस्ट्री और बेकरी के बारे में पूछोगे, तो वो आपको सिर्फ 2 ही चीज बोलेगा, या तो बर्थडे केक, या फिर बोलेगा पाइनएप्पल पेस्ट्री या ब्लैक फॉरेस्ट पेस्ट्री। ओके, पेस्ट्री इससे बहुत आगे है। ओके, मैं अपने होम टाउन के अंदर अपने फ्रेंड्स को, कुछ बड़ी कंपनियों के अंदर, मैं फ्री में प्रोडक्ट देके आता हूं। whenever I'm at home, okay, I give them banoffee pie, I give them the chocolate tart, I make the chocolate brownie tart, I make the croissants, brioche, I give them free of cost. And a lot of my friends or a lot of chefs, they ask me, Bhagat, why you gave them free? I said, because I want to give them taste. Okay, the taste of a croissants, how it look like, how a banoffee taste look like. Because when they come to know about the taste, then only they're going to order. And that's how we can help this industry to grow actually in India. Okay.
Very true. Very true. One question has come here, Chef. If anybody has done apprentice program, how can they get job on cruise?
I think Rajesh, you are the best person who can help on this question.
Yes, I can help.
Spend more time than me.
Recruiting. Yeah, just there are some people who don't know me or what I used to do earlier. So yes, guys, I used to recruit for P&O cruises for almost 8-10 years. No, I should be getting a job is not so easy on cruise ships. You need to be rightly trained. and you have to have right what do I don't say this, but right skill set से most important है आपका attitude to work on cruise ship, क्योंकि क्रूज शिप पे काम करना एक सबसे बड़ी चीज है कि आपको एक दिन छुट्टी नहीं मिलती। आप 6 दिन 6 महीने के लिए गए तो you go and work for 6 months every day, 10 to 12 hours minimum every day. Okay, so no, the attitude is most important. बाकी सब तो हम शेफ जैसे बड़े लोग, शेफ जैसे हैं जो लोग सिखा देते हैं, so they no cyclic menu रहता है। So no worries, Anand, you can speak to me, that's not a question sir। एक शेफ एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ पे एक आया था यहाँ पे no एक quite interesting है, but yeah we will be continuing this discussion again next week because we come almost to the end of the session। So we will continue guys, we all आप सबको हम फिर से बुलाते हैं Friday को, we will be continuing this discussion। There are more questions to be asked, there is more to be known about Chef Bhagat Singh। This is just the first of the second 2-day period which you have run, so Friday will be here, and if possible maybe chef will share 1 or 2 recipes with us which are easy to prepare, we can probably they can conduct here। No, ऐसे हो सकता है, but no, we are calling you again back on Friday, so be here on Friday। Meanwhile, no chef, one last question before you go। अगर no आप तो केक तो बनाते ही होगे, आपका बेटा भी है right? He's almost 12 years old, no?
Yes,
so does he like your cake or he likes to get cake from outside?
Oh no, Rajesh, every product I made home and everybody is get excited, okay, before that, you know, my first like okay the person like who tastes the cake or criticize about my product is the family, okay, and my mother as well as, okay, and it says always the mother is always the best cook, and
Very
that's
right.
true, and that's why मैं कुछ भी बनाता हूँ, okay, I give to my mother, और मैं अपनी मदर से पूछता हूँ कैसा बना है, because मेरी मदर को पेस्ट्री प्रोडक्ट का कोई आइडिया नहीं है, ओके, उसने पहले उसने आज तक कभी डोनट नहीं खाया है, तो जब मैं उसको पहली बार डोनट देता हूं और कहता हूं कि आप इसको खा के बताओ ये कैसा लगा आपको, और वो उस डोनट को खा के कहती है इट्स गुड, तो इट मींस इज नॉट गुड, इट्स वेरी वेरी गुड, बिकॉज एक आदमी जिसने कभी डोनट नहीं खाया और वो डोनट खा के कहता है कि यार ये तो कमाल की चीज है, ये तो यू नो दैट्स वेयर यू नो अबाउट योर स्किल्स, ओके। बच्चे, आपके बच्चे जो हैं दे आर द लाइक यू नो द रियल फूड क्रिटिक्स। आप एक बच्चे को केक देते हो, कई बार होता है लाइक यू नो, अभी मैंने कुछ दिन पहले एक बनाना केक बनाया और वो बनाना केक मैंने शक्कर से बनाया, ओके, एज मेरे एक्चुअली हमारा एक फार्म हाउस भी है, सो हम वहाँ पर शुगर केन ग्रो करते हैं। एज आई सेड वी नो ओनली 2 प्रोफेशन, आर्मी और द फार्मिंग
एंड
यस, तो बहुत सारी शक्कर आ गई घर पे, ओके, एंड नाउ मैं सरप्राइज, अब इतनी शक्कर का करना क्या है, तो मेरे घर पे सभी ने कहा कि यार इससे केक बनाओ, तो मैंने बनाना केक बनाया शक्कर के साथ, और वो भी एगलेस। तो मैंने घर के अंदर हमारे जो सबसे छोटा बच्चा है, ही इज 8 year old, और मैंने उसको कहा कि ये खा भाई, यू नो व्हाट वाज हिज फर्स्ट रिएक्शन, इट्स यक, एंड आई सेड आई टेस्टेड इट एंड आई जस्ट इवन आई सेड myself throw it out, I said, and I tear off that recipe, okay, believe me or not, I tear off that recipe because that 8-year kid, he is your real critics, okay. So before we end this, a chef must, you know, he must be so much of patient that he can face criticism, okay. आप हर बार कोई प्रोडक्ट बहुत अच्छा नहीं बना सकते हो, आप क्रिटिसिज्म को झेलने के लिए भी आपको तैयार रहना चाहिए। कोई गेस्ट हो सकता है कि प्रोडक्ट बहुत अच्छा हो, आपके मुंह पे बोल दे कि नहीं ये बकवास है, हो सकता है बकवास हो सकता है, मे बी ही इज रॉन्ग और मे बी राइट, बट आप उस क्रिटिसिज्म को झेलने के लिए भी चाहिए।
Very right. I completely agree with you because every people have different taste. If you give a person who is not used to it, he may like it, he may not like it, or give it food. You should understand what exactly is this is liking
Absolutely.
is. So thank you, chef, for coming today. It's almost 1:30. Coming to the end of the session. Apna lunch time hai. There's a lot of questions which are coming here. We'll park those section. और अगले हफ्ते फिर से हम बताएंगे. Just answer Acharya. Yes, Mr. Acharya, there are a lot of people who have reached apprentice से शेफ बने हैं। मैं आपको बताऊं कि क्रूजेस में ही अप्रेंटिस से शेफ बने हुए हैं। हमारे कॉर्पोरेट एग्जीक्यूटिव भी एक जमाने में थे, लॉरेंस, if you remember. Now I
Yes,
think
yes,
he is the hotel
absolutely.
stores manager.
Yes.
तो यहाँ पे इन्होंने पूछा है कोई एप्रेंटिस से बना हुआ है शेफ? यस, बने हैं. And I know a lot of people who have done.
बहुत लोग बने हैं, बहुत लोग बने हैं.
Okay, but लेकिन उनके पास पैशन था, desire था to learn more. Okay, that is most important. So, to reach the top, there are two things drives you. One is a passion to learn more, and secondly is hunger to get more education and to work more. No, that is what it is. Passionate is needed. Education never fails you, वो तो चाहिए. So no, always try to upgrade. This is chef कर रहे हैं. So thanks students for coming and making this. We almost have 30-35 students who are here, and they'll be now joining again next week, and some more students will come. Thank you, chef, for coming. Sharing your views here. Just a parting bye to everybody from chef. 2 minutes before we go. Over to you, chef.
थैंक्स गाइस. एज आई सेड कि जब भी कोई मेरे से पेस्ट्री की बात करता है तो या ना कलनरी की बात करता है, मेरे को लाइक इट्स लाइक आई फील गूज बम्प. ओके, और फिर मैं चुप नहीं हो सकता. ओके, बट नाउ राजेश सेड वी हैव टू स्टॉप, मींस ओके वी हैव टू स्टॉप एंड वी विल कंटिन्यू इट. राजेश विल लेट यू नो व्हेन इज द नेक्स्ट वन. और अगले आफ्टर कपल ऑफ डेज व्हेन इज द नेक्स्ट सेशन वी हैव, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर कपल ऑफ माय फोटोग्राफ्स. And
Friday, I think Friday.
Okay, what are like my favorite ones?
Yes.
Okay, which are very close to my heart, and why they are favorite, वो भी मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि मेरी फेवरेट क्यों है. और प्लस मैं एक या दो रेसिपी आप सभी के साथ शेयर करूंगा जो कि बहुत इजी हैं, आप घर पे बना सकते हैं. Okay, and definitely looking forward, Rajesh, after a couple of days, or we will continue it. Thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, chef.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you so much.
कोई नहीं है इधर में.
Thank you.
Thank you.